Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Tori if you're new here, and today we are doing a grocery haul and a meal plan for the week. This is including the Thanksgiving plan. I'm going to go over what I have and like what we bought. I shopped my shelves before I made any purchases, and I'm glad I did because I just got the receipt to pick it up, and half of the things are missing. And by half of the things, I mean some pretty big staples when it comes to a Thanksgiving meal. So we are gonna have to get creative. I am gonna stop at the farm stand. They glean a lot of their produce, and they have people come in that can glean their produce. That's normally what we would do this time of year, and that's when you go to a farm and you're able to pick the fields. Sometimes they charge a fee like $5 or something like that, and I don't mind doing that because it's more of a donation to the farm. But as we know, I've been very sick, so we didn't get a chance to do that this year. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up a gleaning basket, a gleaning bag. Some farm stands do that where they sent some of their employees out, and then people that weren't able, or people that need it delivered to their homes, if there's a disability, if there's maybe some way that they can't get to the produce, then they can pick up the bag. So that is what we're doing. So we still have a bag to pick up, and that might help us on our little shortage, we shall call it. But it's kind of bummed to see that because a lot of it was in stock. It is my fault. I kind of waited until the last minute, but let's get right into this, and I'm going to sit down and talk to you about the meal plan and how we do it, because we all eat so differently in my home, and I'm not going to make separate meals for everybody just to accommodate that, especially on holidays because it gets chaotic. So let's head to the store, pick up our farm stand haul and our groceries, and I will see you at home. We are back from an eventful drive. We did Target pickup, and like I said, they were out of a ton of things. So we were going to go to the farm stand. They are closed today, but I realized I have a bunch of vegetables in the freezer. We have carrots for carrot casserole. We have fresh corn in there, well, frozen now. We have potatoes from the garden, beets. So I think we're going to be okay. The only thing I don't have is apples. So I'm going to go to my orchard quick and see if they just have a bag. Some of them are still producing. So I'm going to head on over there right now. But before I do, I'm going to show you what I got. So this, again, is more directed towards Thanksgiving, but there are a few little things in here that have become staples, and I'll tell you all about them, okay? They are pregnancy cravings for sure. Broccoli frozen peas, the sweet kale salad with blue cheese dressing. I would prefer the Toby's blue cheese, but for Whole Foods pickup, it was like 4 days from now, so it wasn't going to work. I'm going to try this for now. I don't have any of my homemade blue cheese left, and they just were lacking ingredients, so we're making do with what we have. So we have some of that with the cheese and garlic croutons. I've been really enjoying that, and it's a way to get some kale down. The kids are wrestling downstairs with my husband. I have some street tacos here, and what I've been doing with this is making a taco with potato puffs, a little bit of blue cheese, some celery, and then what I do is put a little bit of the chopped kale salad in and some buffalo sauce, so kind of like a buffalo potato taco. I've been really liking that. I got some French vanilla ice cream for the apple dumplings for Thanksgiving. Not a staple. I don't typically get ice cream at Target. It's pretty inexpensive though, under $4. We have 2 things of oat milk. We have some cheddar cheese with smoky notes. I'm trying to replicate some mac and cheese from the West End in Boulder. They have like a smoked mac and cheese, and that's what I'm trying to do for Thanksgiving. We shopped the Prepper Pantry, and we have a ton of things in there to use. So we had a bunch of like, I don't know, not exotic noodles, but different noodles that we've never had before. And I thought it would be good with this cheese. We have some spinach and artichoke dip. I'm going to make some homemade croissants, and I really like putting this in the croissant. And I don't even know if it would be considered a croissant or a galette. I think that's how you say that. Galette. I'm not sure. But you kind of fold it around the cheese and then like dip into it. It's really tasty. I got roasted garlic and Asiago cheese, smoked chicken sausage for my husband's lunches. I'm just doing some rice with some veggies and meat. He's just a plain meat and potato type of guy, so I just got a 4-pack of those. I got some chicken nuggets for the kids. They don't typically eat chicken nuggets, but the other day when we went to that restaurant in Boulder, I didn't tell you about it. It's called The Post. They had chicken tenders or something, so I wanted to see if they like that. I don't know. I didn't really grow up on chicken nuggets, so we'll see. And then I got some potato puffs for those little buffalo tacos. I got the blue cheese dressing, which you saw. I have been craving peanut butter chocolate cake, so I'm cheating and getting this buttercream because I'm trying to save my butter for Thanksgiving. But I just mixed this with the Justin's nut butter right here. And then I frost a chocolate cake. Yes, I could probably make a chocolate cake on my own, but these were on sale for 99 cents. So I went ahead and got a super moist chocolate fudge cake. Very easy for me. I got some organic bars for the kids until we get to Sam's Club because they went through those fig bars pretty quickly. I ended up getting some baby cut carrots and some celery. I am so sorry about the screaming. I promise they're okay. It's just a game that they like to play. Not a lot of peace and quiet here, so I'm sure you with kids understand. I got some sharp cheddar cheese, some Colby Jack cheese for that macaroni. I have been craving vodka greyhounds, which it's just like a martini. It's just like vodka and grapefruit juice on top of ice. So in my mind, that's what I'm craving, but in reality, it's the grapefruit juice that I'm craving. So the Spindrift has fresh grapefruit juice in there, and I had in my Whole Foods cart their amazing fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, and I was going to put it in some seltzer water, but this is the next best thing, so I'm going to hold on to that until we can get to Whole Foods next week. I got some cheese and garlic croutons. Also, going back to this, I forgot I had rosemary in the garden and it's in the freezer now, but I put it in the refrigerator because it's really, really tasty as a mocktail when you're pregnant. It's really, really good. So I did that. I think I said I got celery, everything bagels. I have some large organic cage-free eggs. I just got 2 of those. This is actually a pretty good price for the organic cage-free. So they are under $5, which is really unheard of. And then I got a turkey. It's really my husband that is eating this turkey. It was $13.50 for 13 pounds. That's not bad at all, actually. So I'm going to get that. It's frozen, so I'm going to keep it in the refrigerator until we need it. And then we are going to just put this in the oven, low and slow, just typical turkey stuff. I don't know. I just season it with butter and some poultry seasoning. Very easy. So yeah, this is what we got. I'm going to put this away and head to the orchard and see if they have something, because I passed them the other day and they were selling some crates of apples that they had in their cellar before the frost hit. So we're going to see if they have any Macintosh left, because that would be ideal for the apple pie that I'm making, and I'm making some mini apple dumplings as well. Okay, before I make dinner, I just wanted to sit and chat with you. I'm at like a weird angle, but I'm trying to find the light and I'm trying to watch the chickens at the same time because they've been a little unruly lately. But we are not doing a meal plan this week, and I will say I'm out of breath. I'm pregnant, if you didn't know, and yeah, a baby pushes all of your organs up, so I'm out of breath. My body's working hard. No meal plan this week. I really enjoyed kind of just getting into the kitchen, not having a plan. I felt really pressured these last few months to go by the plan, and the pressure was from myself. So I've just been thinking about different foods, what I like that day, and I'm hoping, you know, that this sickness kind of dies off so I can start cooking a little bit more for my family and not having those convenience meals. I'd really like to use the freezer meals, but even using the crock pot kind of gets me sick. I'm hesitant, but I did pick up a prescription that I hope will help. Just because I have feelings about pharmaceuticals doesn't mean that that's fair for the baby, because that's really the only thing that matters to me is the health of the baby. So I've put my beliefs beside me, and I will contribute to Big Pharma for a little bit, I suppose, until I start feeling better. So hopefully that kicks in and it's helpful. But I did want to talk about Thanksgiving because I get questions all the time. I mean, I got questions when I was vegetarian, but when I was vegan, everyone always, daily, and I wasn't one to shout it from the rooftops that I was vegan either, because I don't like confrontation, and it always seemed to be some sort of negative conversation and not a positive one. But everyone always like, what do you eat then? Well, and you know, there's a lot. There's a lot that you can eat. I'm sure if you're a plant-based person, you're aware of that. There's a lot of terrible things you can eat. There's a lot of great things that you can eat. Holidays were always tricky for me. I mean, my family are great cooks, and I will say I'm one to eat every bit on the plate. So I feel like, I don't know, I would eat so much I would feel sick, and that's just something that I always did as a kid, and I kind of brought it into my adult years because I don't like food waste until, you know, you become a mom and you realize that's just part of things, food waste, unfortunately. Unless you have really great eaters, which I would not say they're awesome eaters, but they're getting there. What I was trying to say is there's plenty of things for us to eat. I saw that I got a turkey. I cook a turkey every year for my husband. Sometimes my dad comes out and we celebrate together and he cooks it. But typically I'm making meat for him. I think a lot of you know that, but if you're new here, I tend to eat vegetarian, plant-based, because to be honest, I enjoy vegetables. I really do. I like them. I crave them. Filling for me. They make me feel good. So I enjoy plant-based foods, but I've been adding in some dairy, you know, and it started with some pretty bad vertigo, and you know, people that follow these diets, they'll scream from the rooftops that it's for everybody. And it depends, you know, what diet you're on. I mean, I've seen vegans do it, keto, the carnivore diet, that everyone should switch to this. It should help you. And I totally disagree with that, because every body is so different. Everyone's life is so different, nutritionally, their lifestyle choices. There's just so many different ones out there. And I've said that before, that, you know, a vegan diet may work for me, but it didn't work for the next person, you know? And I started to see that I couldn't do it properly. I'm not saying a vegan diet doesn't work, but I couldn't do it properly. There just wasn't enough time in the day for me to nutritionally plan out my meals. So I would have to supplement with vitamins, and I wasn't getting the direct vitamin from different sources. So I think my vertigo had a lot to do with a B12 deficiency. Although I was supplementing it, it was not getting to me in the right way, I guess. I wasn't able to financially, or time-wise, figure out which B12 supplement would work for me. So I went back to dairy, and again, I ate salmon a month ago now, and you know, I didn't feel instantly different. I'm open to eating wild caught fish and eggs when my chickens start laying. So it's just, you know, it's this toss up. And I felt always that I had to defend myself from people on the internet, because if you want a confidence boost, start a YouTube channel. But if you want to know one tiny little thing you're doing wrong, say I'm talking, someone could point out that my left eyelid twitched for a second and it was triggering for them. There's people like that out there. So you could, you could do your whole YouTube career and not care about any of this. But the point was, I started taking it to heart, and I started defending my diet, which was really hard for me to do, because then you get people saying that it's not very vegan of you to use a vino lotion. Was a big one. I had that in a haul, and someone said, well, they test on animals. So then you have to start thinking about that. And then financially, it starts to stack up. Certain things that I used in my everyday life that you do research on. And once you learn something, I say it all the time, you can't unlearn it. You don't unknow it. So you're very knowingly accepting a lot of these things into your body. So that has been my main focus this year, and especially around the holidays. I know I kind of got off on a tangent there, but I'm trying to focus on what we're putting in our bodies. And days like today, when I go to Target and I get those items, a lot of those items have ingredients that I'm not too happy about, but I can't be running all over God's creation to find certain ingredients at the right price. I mean, we do live in the middle of nowhere, so it is very far to get to places that have the ingredients that we want, but my goal is to work towards that. That's a huge goal of mine, to become more sustainable, to have the knowledge and I guess have the trust in certain companies to know that the ingredients aren't going to be harmful to myself and my family. So that was really the goal for this haul for Thanksgiving, is to find some things that are not going to break the bank and also do the same recipes that we've been doing. So this is our menu this year. We're doing the turkey. Yes, they have so many plant-based options out there for a roast, and I'm not a huge fan of the ingredients. Is it okay to have once in a while? Of course. I mean, if you miss, your turkey, there's tofurkeys out there. They're pretty tasty. I don't mind them. But I chose not to purchase that this year. So we're doing mac and cheese, we're doing a turkey, we're doing mashed potatoes, and a lot of these items are easy to swap out. So our mashed potatoes, I just make with no butter. I do extra creamy oat milk. I do some garlic, some chives in there. I even throw some dill, and I put some vegan gravy on it, and that can be made vegan. The mac and cheese, I don't like to mess with, so I use regular dairy with that, and I'll probably have some. Green bean casserole, super easy to make vegan as well. And I will be sharing these recipes with you if you're interested. A lot of people these days are understanding some allergies they have. So I'm hoping that these recipes will help you. And I hope that you know that I am not perfect. There is no way that I'm going to get this down perfectly, that I'm going to be able to get these ingredients that are absolutely perfect for my family. I don't like that word. I don't thrive with that word. I do the best I can, and I know a lot of us are doing that. So that is the goal for this menu. I think we're gonna have some roasted root veggies on the side just because we have that in the garden still. I hope I can get it up. I'm hoping it's not too frozen. We did pull our carrots, so we're good to go there. I put some cedar shavings on top of it, spaced them out appropriately, and wet them. So I'm hoping they work. If they don't, we'll just use regular carrots. And I'll make bread from scratch. I like doing that during the holidays and our pies and things like that. But there are ways to make things from scratch and I guess do store-bought things. There's a way to do it with a balance. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not here to justify what I bought today, but I'm here to tell you that you can make things healthy. You can purchase them healthy, but it's okay to do a little bit of both. And you don't have to hear it from me. I guess I'm just reassuring myself because I find this pressure to make everything perfectly. And, that comes from all aspects of life. And I know a lot of you feel like that too. So I'm hoping that we form some sort of connection. But what I want to know is your, I guess, not your whole Thanksgiving menu, but something different, something unique that maybe you've made it forever. Maybe you're just trying it, but maybe it's something that you've looked into and you're trying to switch up the ingredients. I don't know. Green bean casserole is a big one for me. I was looking in the cream of soups and, sometimes it does taste better that way. I'll admit a lot of our cooking kind of focused around my husband, and he likes those classic meals. He likes that Velveeta mac and cheese and things that I guess taste like what he had growing up. So a lot of the times we do gravitate towards my husband's diet and what he likes, and then I try and switch it up from there. And it's been a hard balance. It is something that has been a challenge. It continues to be a challenge. So I do like showing that. And since I'm getting back into the kitchen, I'm hoping to share more recipes. I know a lot of you are here for that, but try and think of it from my perspective. I had a pretty strong channel going. We still are going, but I had a strong channel. People enjoyed the prepper content and my food content, and then which in itself is kind of similar because I'm buying food. And then this pregnancy hit and it completely took me way away from food. My connection of food was just severed. And then I had to try and come up with things to share with you. And I lost a lot of people because people aren't interested in my day-to-day life, which I get. I totally understand that. But just try and think of it from my perspective. And I kind of touched on it in the last video, but you know, there used to be 13,000 of you and I would get great views, and now only a small amount of you watch the channel. My channel has taken a hard hit emotionally. It's very tricky financially. It's very hard. So I'm trying my best. I never will expect to go viral or anything, but this, you know, this is what I'm doing right now. This is what I'm going for. I work very hard on this, and yeah, so this is my little plug. If you haven't liked the video, please pause the video and like it, because you know it makes a big difference. Even if you don't comment, just try and like it. You could even dislike it. That's still engagement. Long story short, I want to know some different, unique Thanksgiving recipes that you're trying out, or maybe that you've tried in the past. Maybe you're trying again, and I hope you are still here. Thank you for sticking around for that long-winded chit chat about, you know, getting to that goal of being more sustainable and getting better ingredients for my family and I. Without further ado, let's get into dinner. Okay, so dinner was sweet and sour meatballs with some rice. I guess it could be like wild fried rice. We did some sweet potatoes and edamame. I will go more in depth with this recipe later on in the week. I have a few recipes that I've put together for all of you. It just has been taking me a little bit. Here are some of those meatballs. We put some quinoa in there and some other veggies, and then this was my plate. Very, very delicious and filling, perfect for the winter season. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.